The give to Talbert. And Talbert gets across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
Yep, this RG from the RG SWAC Sports Network. We're rolling up on here. This is the third quarter.
Just able to bounce that one out and get to that edge and make something happen.
Grambling and
now it's
Alabama State game.
8 here, so
we are pretty much tied up around the SWAC, man. This is something serious this
wasn't
weekend.
able to bounce that one out.
I had no idea about this whole weekend.
Big catch. 40. Midfield.
I mean, you got so many games that are close right now. Valley is close.
Redshirt junior from New Orleans.
Ah.
And it's now first down. Burgess on the tackle.
And here's where barely he thrives at.
This game right here,
ball out his hands quickly.
I got to get these volumes straight. I'm watching 4 games at one time. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to get the, once I get this,
first down run, nothing doing.
but this game is a lot closer.
And once again, we're saying is again,
Prairie View is actually beating FAMU 17-3
from a corner. A lot of corners, sometimes you see them, diving at ankles, not really wrapping up. He really had a form-fit tackle there on a running back.
LJ Bailey now 4 for 8. 42 yards. He's been sacked 3 times, but moving on this drive, depending on his run game, and Keon Elder, Ford Price stopped at about the 45-yard line of 3 on the day.
All right, there we go.
And DeMarcus Cunningham on the tackle.
Cunningham back in this game. He missed the second last week after an ejected targeting penalty in the first half of that game against Alcorn. So now he's getting to play a full game, keeping those linebacker reps down and split amongst the group.
If you're just joining, this is the third quarter. Grambling 10, Alabama State 20. Prairie View 17, Alabama A&M 3.
49-yard line, Alabama State all over it. Varner on the sack, the redshirt senior from Jonesboro, Georgia.
That's the second time this game they've run a wide receiver screen on a third and a medium. And this is the second time that the rush has got there before the screen has been able to set up. Great play recognition from this Alabama State defense. That goes back to that coaching. They have to be well coached. They had to have seen that play in film a couple of times.
Alabama A&M 35, Pine Bluff 17.
Alabama State counting the number of people.
Bethune is leading Southern.
What a
3-0.
All the way inside the 5-yard line. And it's going to be down at about the 1.
The ball down at the 1.
Jackson State 23, Valley 14. Texas Southern and Alcorn is tied up at 14 apiece.
Tostitos restaurant style. Optimized for versatility, Tostitos can tackle every snack, big or small. Because if you're going to do something, do it right. Tostitos restaurant style, made for snacking.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
We are exactly what you think. We are not at all what you think. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. General Motors, honored to sponsor the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their
FAMU starting quarterback is not starting this game. Their backup quarterback is new places to connect, like innovation. And I believe that's throwing FAMU off a little bit.
As we celebrate 15
For them
years
to be down 17-3 in the third quarter with 13:20 left.
Retool your
FAMU has the ball
powered by
on the
purpose.
45-yard line. Their own 45.
Memories, friendship. We're here for all of it. Here for the big moments and the small ones too. We're here for unforgettable triumph, momentary misfortune, and the impromptu throwdown. We're out here each day, chasing something great. Call it adventure, call it play, we call it fun. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
Back here in Grambling, Louisiana, there you see Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. talking to his players. 20-10 is our score as the Hornets will get the ball deep in their own territory. And you look at the school profile here. They're founded in 1867 in Montgomery, Alabama. And they have just over 5,400 students, and their president is Quentin Rawson. I've had a chance to be on that campus many times, and they've had so many improvements: baseball stadium, softball stadium, and then, of course, their massive new football stadium right there on the interstate is just absolutely incredible. First down, and it comes down to about the 3, maybe the 4-yard line for forward progress.
By 98 and 21 for the Tigers.
Jaden Hardy and Jamal Jordan on the tackles for the Grambling Tigers. Beautiful campus, and I don't know if you had a chance to go to Montgomery lately, but their new stadium sits right there on the interstate. I think on 85. It just really is just beautiful as you see it, going down the interstate. Just a beautiful campus.
And what a way to promote your school than with a stadium like that. You have to go on the highway. So when you go by, you'll see that stadium and check it out sometime.
Absolutely. Harris the second, out to about the 9-yard run.
Nick Turner. Come on, Grambling Tiger fan.
And you'll see Harris right here just getting to that second level and finding a way to fall forward there. You also notice on this Grambling State defense that Andrew Jones is back in the game after he came off the field late in that second quarter.
You see Andrew Jones, who was shaken up earlier in the game, be able to come back. 3rd and 2. Key back to pass. That's going to be a first down for Alabama State and a little bit more. Ajay Harrell, the freshman from Daytona Beach, and P.J. Marshall on the tackle, the junior from Shreveport.
And just a simple play action here, leaking out, finding that flat route, knowing that it's only 3rd and short.
First down for Alabama State. Key going deep. Wide open. Eric Horn. Big run. Down the sideline. Inside the 10-yard line. First down, Alabama State. And remember last week, what did the coaching staff say? Be ready. We're going to be looking for you in the second half. They said that last week. This week he comes up big as well.
And Key there, a nice pump fake to get that deep corner away from that seam route and then just throws it over the head there. Great ball placement from Key. Coach said it starts with the eyes, and that was a great job of him using his eyes to throw open Horn there.
First down, Hornets inside the 10-yard line. And that's the big play that you look for if you're Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. We all know that they established the run, and they can run the football. But when you get a big home run hit like that, big, huge play.
I'm surprised that Horn got caught as fast as he is. It's not often that you see a defender able to catch him.
First down, here is the give to Marcus Harris, the second. Gets to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Andrew Jones on the tackle. Well, how many times have we said his name tonight?
And he's really just reading.
Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And catch me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It goes down here in the boom boom room.
2nd and goal now for Alabama State.
Next week, I will be live streaming the Alabama State and Jackson State game.
Brought down by number 11.
The game, the whole game.
Turner on the tackle for the Grambling Tigers, the defensive back from New Orleans.
And as a linebacker, you have to be able to tackle in space. And right there, that's exactly what he did.
Third down and goal. Key, back to pass.
Ooh.
Pass was tipped, nearly picked off. Ken Pierre Charles.
And those are ones that you need if you're a Grambling State team that, in this situation, could be allowing a field goal to go on the board because it was third down.
If Charles gets that ball, there was nobody in front of him.
And he probably takes that one to the house, just like you said. And this is a defense that normally comes away with those, leading the SWAC with 14 interceptions. That's also number 4 in the FCS.
Field goal attempt coming up from 25 yards out. It's up. It's good.
The field goal, it's good.
And Gilliam puts 3 more on the board.
Honey, but the gains are pumping.
Yeah, the market's closed.
Futures don't sleep in the after hours, bro.
The JSU will be in trouble next week.
She switched careers to make money for your weddings.
Ooh,
I think
penny stocks are blowing up. Sweetie, grab your piggy bank. We're going all in.
You know, Valley had a
for your wedding, gazebo in a river.
incident where one of their players passed away
What's a gazebo?
on the defensive
Something that your mother always wanted and never got.
on the defensive side of their ball.
Give these different investment
Killed in a
options a
car wreck.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
I'm keeping the best.
Give the most natural of gifts this season.
And I
An
think they just
avocado,
played off emotion.
made with
Had
certified
it-
organic materials.
I
Avocado's
can
award-winning
spring
mattresses
the
are
FAMU game if you
comfy,
want me to.
supportive, and
That's why I asked y'all,
sleep
just tell me what
nurturing.
game y'all want me to
And
spring.
unwrap more sustainable luxury
I can switch
this
over to the
season.
FAMU. You want me to
From
switch over to
organic pillows and
FAMU?
bedding to
Just
yoga
let me
and
know.
home accessories. Shop Avocado and give the gift of sustainable sleep at avocadomattress.com, in our retail stores, or at premium retailers nationwide.
Okay. All right, I'm going over to the FAMU game.
To the jet sweep, comes around the left side, and there's just no room right there as Goldie Lawrence had to step out of bounds on that jet sweep. They do a lot of that. They do a good job of getting their wide receivers involved with the running game. But good defense, though, by Prairie View.
Yeah, the intensity level has certainly picked up in the second half, and you can tell. I mean, look, both these teams, as Andrew pointed out, they have the opportunity, but they have to win. If they don't win, their opportunity for conference championship is done. So, I mean, you were scraping everything, and you realize it. I'm sure.
Right, this is FAMU game, 17-3.
They are coming out this
FAMU's trying to score.
Physicality of the game is already good.
Another big third down coming up now for the Rattlers. Nuratovic had some time, and now he runs out under pressure, throws it high, and it's going to be picked off.
Wow.
What a play by Kevin Davis Jr. He goes high for that interception, and the Panthers have their second pick of the ball game.
Nuratovic just tried to do too much here. You had him. Look, he has all the time in the world. He can make a play or not. And then right there, he steps up just trying to squeeze it in. And really, he had a guy underneath on a drag route that would have been an easier throw to get the ball to, who really had some room to run as well. And again, a huge pickoff. But again, the Panthers will get the ball, and of course they want it. They'll be deep in their own territory. Now they got to drive one to the field.
He tried to force that one to Jeremiah Pruitt, the big tight end. You know, they got 3 really good tight ends on this team. That was Pruitt, number 0, who was in the vicinity, but he had no chance to catch that one. So the Panthers steal one away, and they will start with the football deep in their own territory. with Jaden Johnson coming in at quarterback. This time he gives straight away to McDowell.
That's
and
safety.
Get out of the end zone. Let's see. That's very close there, boy. That was very close to being 2 points for the Rattlers from Florida A&M.
And again, he got out in an initial push, and then he got pushed right back in. And again, it was unlike him.
Okay.
He just puts his head down.
Oh,
but he
I
step
don't know.
out, and then he stepped back. He actually got back out again and back in.
Alan Smith Jr. leading the charge, the transfer from Louisville. And he did a good job getting that one out to the 1 yard line. But number 23 was right there with a little help from his friends as second down coming up for the Panthers from Prairie View. This time he fakes the handoff, throws out, and a good recovery on the defensive end by Florida A&M. He completed the pass to Burns, but Burns had no chance to do anything with that one.
Yeah, number 12, Chase Lloyd, did a great job of just being right on top of that receiver, not giving him any room. So as soon as he caught it, he was able to squash it.
And that's how you have to play Burns. Because if what comes up after the catch, that's so dangerous when you're talking about a James Burns on the football field.
Well, he's slippery, right? So once you give him that little room and he slips by you, you're in trouble. You got to
End of the third quarter, Bethune-Cookman 3, Southern 0.
So third down coming up now for the Panthers. Johnson rolls out to his right, still looking down.
Run that ball out there, man.
And he's going to be out of bounds. It gets a little shove there at about the 12-yard line, and that is where they're going to put it down. He got pretty close to the sticks. And he's going to be short. He's going to be like a yard and a half shy of the first down where they're marking it now over there. So that will bring on the punter. Efren Hafso will be out to kick the football away. Of course, for a while, he thought he may do some field goal duties today because Guillermo Garcia came in with a groin injury. But so far, it's been Guillermo Garcia Rodriguez handling all of the field goal duties. So Hafso will handle the punting duties here. Punting out of his own end zone right there. Kicking to Marquez Bell. And he gets the kick away, end over end. Bell takes it just over midfield. Sprints around the right side, trying to turn the corner. And he can't get there, and he's going to be dropped. But Florida A&M will get the football back with great field position again. As we have 7:44 to go here in the quarter. Prairie View A&M still hanging on to that lead, 17-3.
All right. This is getting very tricky over. But like I said, that SWAC West is something, you know. If you can predict the SWAC West, you need to go ahead and play the lottery. Like I said, if you didn't hear me, it's the beginning of the fourth quarter. Bethune-Cookman is beating Southern 3-0. Alabama State is beating Grambling 23-10. Jackson State is in halftime 23-14. Valley is actually was actually winning. Wow, at one point. And Alcorn, now they're beating Texas Southern 28-14. Remember, Alcorn has a 2-game losing streak against Texas Southern. Now they are back in contention because if Bethune-Cookman holds on, even though Southern has the tiebreaker, but Southern is Southern. I mean, hey, tell you that plank road, bro. Something wrong with that stuff over that way. This is something to see. FAMU has not had their best game, I can tell you this. But that is the backup quarterback, but that makes no, next man up. Because Alabama State is on their 5th string quarterback and they handling business. I guess there's no hole left in the magic. I mean, magic in the hole. So it's gonna be very interesting to say going down to that SWAC West. Because if Prairie View wins, they'll be 3-3. So, like I said, it always come down to that last week or two in the SWAC West. But Bethune-Cookman handling Southern after Southern played so well last week. is just wild to me. Game
The Prairie View A&M Panthers out in front with 7:44 to go here. So Prairie View A&M Panthers playing a really, but here's the thing I wanted to ask you about. The one thing they've had trouble with in the last few games is finishing, closing the door, sealing the deal. So that's something we're going to be keeping an eye on today as Florida A&M takes the football now with an opportunity. They got great field position, and now Moratoric passes, throws a strike, it's complete. And that's going to be a first down as he hit number 13 on the play. That is Goldie Lawrence. And they will move those sticks.
Yeah, I mean, Moratoric, he's just got to keep gunning, right? He's just got to keep going. He's had 2 interceptions in the game, made a couple of plays, fumbled one of the snaps one time. But again, he looks strong in that pocket. He's just doing, again, a guy who hasn't practiced all week. He's your starter coming in there. You see some of the things that happen.
Puts one of his tight ends in motion, comes back, hands off, a lot of room on the left side.
Oh!
And a good job with the tackle as Thad Franklin ripped off a close to 20
thought he was
yards on
gone.
that play unofficially. So good job by Franklin to come up with a big play for that offense. So this time you can see the Rattlers are on the move and they're playing with a little more intensity.
Yeah, watch that line collapse on that right side. And I'll tell you that's because, Davey or Farrow came inside, didn't keep maintaining on that outside, and it collapsed. And I'll tell you what, it went way outside. I see big Stokes Jr., Fred Stokes Jr. coming in now on that right end.
So he carried the football all the way down to the 19-yard line.
I have no idea what happened to Richardson.
And they're going to go back to the running game again. It's Franklin Jr. who bangs his way down to
when I
about the
first started watching the game, I looked at the number. I said,
he's a transfer from Miami who actually came into this game with 305 yards rushing and 1 touchdown on the season.
Yeah, something to be said, Butch, we haven't talked about it a lot, but right now the sun's setting. So that sun is just wide open on the far side of the field. Again, the Rattlers not going into the sun. So for right now, for them, it's not a problem. Only in that right corner of the end zone, if a receiver was up top on the right, they'd have to look back into the sun. That would be tough. So I would expect them to look to the left, to the receivers on the left-hand side.
Second down, Moratoric spins to his left, fires and completes his pass, hits his running back out of the backfield. That is Franklin, who's actually has very good hands coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, and again, that's really probably he's more of a weapon almost as a third down, classic third down back. Even though he is in there, all downs, and he's a good runner as well. But just in the nature of their offenses, their run game usually isn't as dominant. He is fantastic. Catching the ball and doing some movement out of there. But again, as I mentioned, I think they're going to focus on that left side because that right side is a receiver. If they're looking back into that quarterback, they're going to be staring right into the sun. That's going to be difficult.
We ought to mention that running back Kelvin Dean went out of the game for the Rattlers early. Also, pressure on Moratoric. Fires for the end zone. He had a man open.
He was
that
wide
was
open.
Quan Lee. But once again, the pressure forced him to deliver the football a little sooner than he wanted to on 3rd and 3.
And again, Panthers staying hot. They did not mess around today. Javian Jackson with the pressure, the linebacker, a redshirt sophomore out of Houston. He was coming and he was letting everyone know. He looked right at the ref when he was done. He's like, I did not. No roughness there. I just was clean, good pressure.
So this will be a 27-yard field goal attempt coming up right now by Cameron Gillis for the Rattlers. And it's Gillis who hooks it right through the uprights right there and had 3 more on the board for Florida A&M to make it a 17-6 lead. The SWAC family is mourning the loss of one of our own. Mississippi Valley State lost one of their football players last night. Ryan Quinney died in a tragic car accident. And, of course, we'd like to send our condolences out to his family.
We are exactly what you think.
All right. the game between Bethune-Cookman and Southern is 3-0 still, but I don't have the Jaguar Sports Network. I thought I had all of them, but I guess Southern Hill, they probably ain't got no damn network. You got to watch them fake bougie people. But anyway, it's 14 minutes left. They trailing Bethune-Cookman. Alabama State is still beating up on Grambling. Grambling has the ball at Alabama State's 45-yard line. Jackson State, they still at halftime. And Alcorn, they playing like they want to win the SWAC now. They actually up 14-28, and they have the ball where they just punt it. Texas Southern has the ball now at their own 35. But you never know. It's a lot of time left. It's 4:44 in the third quarter. So it's coming down. I mean, there's not a blowout game except the Alabama A&M game. Alabama A&M, I guess they playing for Coach Maynard's pride because they was down 10-7, and then they scored 28 unanswered points in the second quarter. So UAPB pulled a UAPB. Goodness gracious. So, and that's the only blowout we had today. But Alcorn Alabama State and Grambling is still pretty close. Bethune-Cookman, Southern is close. The game we're watching is close. And actually, Valley is close. Yeah, Valley is only losing 14-23. Third quarter. So.
By Florida A&M will go down as a 28-yard field goal by the Rattlers. Of course, the scoring drive, 6 plays. They covered 36 yards, and it took 2 minutes and 50 seconds before the Rattlers put 3 points on the board. So we have a 17-6 game here with 4:54 to go in the third as Scooter Adams awaits the kick, and it's going to be out of bounds. So the Panthers are going to end up with great field position as they go back on offense.
Yeah, nothing disappoints you as much as the
kick off out of
when you
bounds.
kick off and you basically give them yards by kicking it out of bounds.
First down,
that just absolutely upsets the coach. But they were trying to position, put that ball in position short where they didn't have a good chance to return it. Just didn't go the way they wanted to. But again, for the Panthers now, I think it's important for them to get a drive and get some points and answer the Rattlers. Because just like you talked about earlier, can they close the game strong? And now's the time. And they will be going directly into that, Sun, as I talked about earlier.
So the Panthers in the all-purple uniforms go back on offense. And the handoff goes straight ahead to Jamarius Brooks. And look at that power game right there as he just kept those legs churning inside and read a really nice gain on first down.
Wow, what he did is he kind of went into the scrum and got lost and just used power and slithered his way through for probably 4 more yards, right, Butch?
Yeah, we were talking about could they close the game or not. That's how you close a game, is with the running attack. And that was a very successful running play right there. So they're going to come back with 3 wideouts to the left now of Jaden Johnson. He drops the ball, picks it up, and throws it away. And let's see if there's a flag down. Did he get out of the pocket? That's going to be the key thing right there. You're going to see Preston Clipper come over to talk about it. Because if he wasn't out of the pocket, that's going to be illegal grounding the football. And that's what they're going to discuss right now on the field. And there comes the flag, so they're going to hit him with it.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 8. Quarterback was still in the pocket when he threw the ball away. Third down.
I think that was a good call. I mean, he kind of looked like he was going straight back. There was pressure right on top of him, and he just throws it right out. You can tell he only takes a half a step to his right, so he was directly behind that. And there's no one out there to that side.
As much as coaches hate penalties, that's one Bubba McDowell will gladly take after that ball was loose on the ground, picked it up, and threw that out of bounds quickly just to get that ball out of his hands. So that'll bring up a big third down now. 3rd and 10 to go for the Panthers. Johnson again being chased out of the pocket, throws near the sideline, tried to hit Burns. It's going to go down as an incomplete pass. And, of course, he wasn't anywhere near the first down on that one. So all of a sudden the Rattlers will get the football back with some pretty good field position after this punt.
Yeah, the Rattlers defense is really not giving the Panthers any room for any kind of like rhythm, right? In the first half, you felt like the Panthers offense had rhythm. They were mixing in between the run and the pass. And right now, they're not effective really at any part of their game offensively. They're going to have to find a way to get some a spark into their offense.
Efren Hasso comes on to punt the football away. Pressure on him, but he gets it away easily. Good punt. High and driving back to about the 20-yard line where the fair catch is caught and made there.
He
and
needs to
some little
score.
extracurricular activity
You can't
going
give
on
FAMU that type of time.
Bassett, as he came back and made a nice
quarterback
catch
or not,
right there. So he'll get the football and not maybe quite as good a field position as it appeared from the beginning.
Yeah,
but they have the ball still here in the third quarter, still in this ball game.
That's why punters have so much value. When you have a really good punter that can clear the field for you, stretch it out, and then, of course, as you saw earlier from the Rattlers punter, be able to put it on a dime 1 yard, a couple inches from the end zone. That's fantastic. And we've seen both special teams players do really well. And again, the Rattlers, they just got to keep their rhythm going. They are right in this. And if they can go ahead and put a good drive together and end it with points, they're going to put some pressure on the Panthers.
So Florida A&M with the football, 1st and 10 from the 21. Moratovic fires, has his man open. It's his big tight end. It's a completed pass. And he's going to move the sticks for a first down. Kobe Gross with the catch, the second leading receiver on the team. That was his 23rd catch of the year.
Yeah, he took a good shot, delivered, and made sure he stood back up strong and said, first down. I got a feeling, I really do, we're going to see some Quan Lee action coming up here real soon. They're going to try to find him and let him loose on the Panthers.
So Levante Somerset in the backfield to the left of Miratovic in the backfield. He hands inside, got a hole, a big hole, and he could take this one all the way.
That's touchdown.
One man to beat. He's at the 20, and he's caught.
Man, he got
thrown
caught.
out of bounds at about the 12.
Why you slow up
But
on less?
what a big run right there by Somerset. He just exploded. I mean, that hole was huge, and he took full advantage.
That offensive line, when you say huge, that's watch the way this play develops. You got two guards, guard and tackle pulling. When that guard kicked it out, it was wide open, and he wasted no time, no energy, just to take it down the sideline.
And they come back and give it to Somerset again, and he's going to go forward for about 3 yards inside as they're pushing it closer to the 6-yard line. Ball is down close to the 6-yard line on that carry. And Somerset's going to get a blow after that as he trots off to the sideline. But what a couple of plays for him.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they didn't just sub people out, because they went right to the line of scrimmage, ran a play, and didn't allow the Panthers to recover or sub anyone in and out, right? And right here you see that now that they're going to sub, the Rattlers take their time, put in the crew they want, and run the play they want.
Coach James Cozy in his 3rd year at Florida A&M, but the first as head coach. And so now Miratovic is going to pass it, and it's going to be behind his intended receiver and dropped. So that was a tough catch to have. Gassett did get his hands on the ball, but that was a tough one to hang on to.
Yeah, and for Gassett, that was just, like you said, tough. I mean, he's running a hard slant, right? He's coming inside, had good positioning, but that ball was to the back outside, and I mean way back outside. He had to try to stop and literally just contort his body to try to get to it. Just couldn't catch it.
So the incomplete pass will bring up a huge 3rd and 7. Have we reached the point where if they don't convert on the first down, are you going to try it on 4th down?
No.
It depends on how far it is, I think. I think you just need to get points here.
So Moratovic rolls to his right, has a man open.
Wide
Gassett
open.
has it.
Touchdown.
And he dives to the 1-yard line. He thinks he got in, and the official says he did.
We got a
so
ball
it's a
game, folks.
touchdown for the Rattlers on a tremendous play by Jamari Gassett.
Boy, this time Muratovic puts it right in the spot where he needs it. Watch him. He's in motion, and he sees him coming all the way, puts it on that outside, and he turned. Actually, Gassett put it on the inside and was able to stretch it out for the touchdown. Again, that was supposed to be on that outside shoulder, but he turned on the inside and then stretches out and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, you could see Keon Jones trailing the play for the Panthers all the way, but what an outstanding effort by Jamari Gassett to get that one into the end zone.
got a
And
ball
Coach talked
game.
about his explosiveness after he catches the football. He did a great job of getting that one up and over.
Yeah, I'm surprised Cassidy's over there giving high fives on the sidelines. I'm surprised he's not in here for a 2-point conversion.
So they go for two, and Moritovic back to throw it again. Pressure in his face, and he can't get it away. But big 73, that is Jonik Ogonale, who comes up with the reception there after the pass was tipped.
Ogonale was one of the most surprised players on the field, but it's funny. You can see when he caught it.
Jackson State scored again. Yeah, it's over for Valley.
Of course, he was down before he even could
Herb
turn
Mulligan.
around, but good presence of
14
mind
carries,
to see that ball. You either
yards.
catch it or knock it down at that point. It's a 2-point conversion, so try to make something out of it.
Let's take another look here.
Yeah, he gets hit right on the hand. Watch it right here. Defender comes and he didn't hit him in the hand, but he hits him low. But again, that ball pops right up and he goes right down. The big fella can say, "Hey, I got a reception today, minus 2 yards."
It doesn't happen often. So, man, when you grab one, you got to grab it. And some of his teammates, they're getting into it. They're enjoying it. And, of course, Mr. Stokes raising all kind of havoc in the backfield. Oh, yeah, show off those. Those are some guns. I agree.
I'll tell you what, he's
Fred.
he hasn't seen a camera he doesn't like.
All corners about
He hasn't seen a camera or a quarterback that he doesn't like. You want to put it that way.
Yeah, true.
Fred brings a lot of pressure on the field, and so the kickoff is going to be short and fielded by the Panthers, and they're going to get it over the 30-yard line. So they will go back on offense in good position, but how about
Texas
Florida
Southern
A&M
15-yard line
in the second half,
the beginning of the fourth
moving
quarter.
the football and getting points on the scoreboard? Already got a field goal.
All corners doing what they need to do.
Well, I give the credit to the
All right,
Rattlers
damn it,
defense.
Southern
Rattlers
just
defense
scored.
Really just stymied the Panthers.
But don't Cookman,
There's a flag right here. We'll see what happens.
you had one job. No, I'm
Offside
joking.
on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Look who calling the game. Clifford.
They'll get another 5 yards out of this, Butch. And again, every yard matters at this point. And I'll say a little bit of the same thing.
Another drink. Clifford calling the damn game.
Score. They need to get on the scoreboard and get their offense moving, get about 3-4 first downs and somehow score, whether it's a field goal or get in the end zone. They got to spend some time on the field, get their defense off the field, and then get some confidence back. Because right now, the confidence is on the Rattlers side, and it's that defense. Their defense has increased their intensity and really have the Panthers with no rhythm at all.
Panthers with the football now, starting 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. They go to the running game. The little room up inside there is going to be close to a 4-yard gain on that carry. So they did exactly what they wanted to do on first down as Lamaje McDowell, no relations, by the way, to the head coach, because he gets that a lot, but they are not related.
5-yard penalty.
And just to tidy up some housekeeping here, that touchdown was a 7-yard pass to Gassett on that last play for the Rattlers down in close.
Again, I'm surprised we don't see a really heavy dose of McDowell, Lamaje just really hammering, because I think they had some success early, and really in the second half you haven't seen him get the opportunities. Looks like they're backing the Panthers up here. Okay, now the ball's set. Looks like they were wandering around with it for a little bit.
You got to make sure it's in the right place. So now it's going to make it a 1st and 5 to go for the Panthers on offense. Pressure coming from the top. Good job by Johnson ducking underneath it, but a flag goes down. Could have been holding on the play, but he is dumped out of bounds. It's going to be another flag on the out of bounds. So the second flag definitely hitting out of bounds there, but we'll see what the call is on the first one when we come back and take another look. But a great job by Jaden Johnson to avoid that pressure and get out of the pocket.
Well, I think when he avoided it, I think there was holding on the I couldn't get the number who was blocking on that corner. I think he held a little bit. So that was your first flag, holding on the Panthers block. And then I think obviously when he went out of bounds, he was 4, 5, 6 yards out and got thrown out of bounds. So that's going to be your unnecessary roughness. So we'll see how this rolls out, and we'll listen to the refs as they are in good conference, making sure they have everything clear. I think this crew's done a really good job of really making good calls clear and clean each time. And I like when a referee crew takes control of the game, doesn't let things get out of hand.
We have 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. They both will be enforced. Holding, offense number 89. After the play is over, late hit out of bounds, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Damn Clifford.
So offsetting penalties on the play.
You got to watch
They said they
Clifford.
both
You
have
call
been forced, so I
anything.
guess they're going to go back 10 and then go up 15. Right? So at the end of the day, it looks like a +5 for the Panthers.
Number 45.
Yeah.
And as you can see, Jaden Johnson was outside before Nayron Jenkins hit him there. Looks like he was out of bounds for 4 or 5 yards before Jenkins made
Hey,
the
stop
hit.
the presses. Bethune-Cookman just
Yeah,
scored.
those are what coaches, when they look at film, and
Bethune-Cookman
they go over
10,
that, that
Southern 7.
they're going to be like, there's no sense in this.
7:05
You gotta
left.
clean these things up.
Uh-oh.
So that's going to set up a 1st and 10 for the
Southern doing
Panthers.
Southern stuff.
They go back to the running game, and McDowell was hit in the head as a hand went right over into his helmet there, but he spun off of that one and tried to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he lost a yard on the play. And that's Smith Jr., Alan Smith Jr., who was back there quickly to make the stop.
Yeah, and what he did is he just didn't let him get moving, right? When you're able to stop a big back like that from starting the movement, it just really throws everything off, and then they got to regenerate their energy to get going forward. And a great stop right there. Almost a face mask kind of look.
Grambling is coming back, 23-17.
We're down to the final 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and Johnson's going to pass it. Has a man open, and he hit him in stride. A nice pass from Jaden Johnson, who completes it to number 16, Chris Herron, who's one of the best athletes on this team. Made a nice catch there. Ran a good route. Open over the middle, and his first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, and you're right. Chris Herron's a heck of an athlete. We really haven't heard much of him, and it's good to see him spark up when his team needs him right at the right time.
Yeah, so after that Jaden Johnson pass to Chris Herron right there, converts on the first down, and that takes us to the end of the third quarter. And a third quarter in which the Rattlers were making a little bit of noise. It's now a 17-12 game. We'll be right back.
Okay, I don't know if you heard me, but update on the scores. End of the third quarter, Alabama A&M 49, Pine Bluff 17. 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Alabama State 23, Grambling 17. Seems like there's a little bit of voodoo left in that hole. Fourth quarter, 7:05 remaining. Bethune-Cookman 10, Southern 7. The game we're watching, fourth quarter, about to start. FAM 12, Prairie View 17. Over there in Jackson. Jackson State 30, Valley 14. Alcorn 35, Texas Southern 14. It's getting a little ugly for Texas Southern. Alcorn is about to end that 2-game losing streak. They SWAC. West Hopes are still alive with 14:48 left. So it's starting to get ugly in a couple of games. Valley, at least Valley was winning. That's all right. We was winning. Tell them, Valley. But this Bethune-Cookman and Southern game, this is crazy. After Southern went down and scored, Bethune-Cookman turned around and scored right back at them. That field goal in the first quarter by Bethune is what separates this game right now. So now that game is not being live streamed unless you have the Jaguar network or something. Like I said, I thought I had it, but I guess I don't. So, and I'm pretty sure down there on Plank Road, where you can get everything from A to Z, stuff you need and you don't need. Them folks are probably down there nervous. My goodness, man. And Key, the quarterback for Alabama State, he's actually having a good game in the Grambling game. He's 13 for 22 with 211 yards. So that quarterback, fifth string, that young man is hey, I don't know if he's going to convert the quarterback or they're going to bring somebody in there, but he's actually holding his own. Now, next week, he's going to have a tall task. But I'm going to break down that Jackson State and Valley game to show you how you can actually contain Jackson State offense. Because Valley contained Jackson State offense better than Bethune-Cookman did. So in the first half, don't get me, now it's a blowout. But in that first half, I seen something with what Valley was doing at Jackson State, and it confused the hell out of them. Jackson State had the ball twice in the goal, and like first and goal and stuff like that.
Their stadium
and they
on
ended
the
up
campus of Prairie View A&M University as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Panthers from Prairie View still out in front, 17-12. But the Rattlers came to life offensively in the third quarter, put some points on the board. And
here we go, fourth quarter. Grab your drinks and your popcorn.
As a time you're going to sit watching a football game, especially if you're not directly in the sunlight. At this point, it is a beautiful day to watch football.
The Panthers put Heron in motion. And they give it to McDowell. McDowell has some room. Great cut. And McDowell's going to take it all the way down to the 6-yard line.
Not a score here.
So McDowell with a nice carry for a big game for the Panthers, and that's what they've been looking for, somebody to break it.
I think he saw that move earlier in the game and decided to do his own work of that one.
He did. What a carry. Like 24 yards unofficially, make it to 26 yards unofficially on that carry by Lamaje McDowell. So that's what the Panthers have been looking to see. They want to see a running game take life in the fourth quarter. This time, Johnson will pass it.
No!
Throws it out. A nice cut by Heron. And then he's going to be knocked down on the 1-yard line. As Heron made a great move and then dove near the goal line, almost getting that one in for a touchdown.
And again, because McDowell's been successful now, and he runs like a horse right there, watch the defense. They all come in thinking, oh, McDowell's got it. But again, they kick it right out. And Heron, with that great little stop, your ability to stop and go as an athlete really makes a big difference. And Heron shows, as you mentioned earlier, one of the best athletes in this Panthers football team.
Yeah, that young man played quarterback last year, played wide receiver. Coach said he could even play defense if they didn't want to take the chance of using him on defense. So now the football, second and goal, resting at about
he has not played the whole game. If you ask me about Richardson.
And the Panthers tried to get McDowell in the end zone. He's still moving.
A touchdown.
And it's a touchdown. Lamaje McDowell. That is the picture of determination.
Are you kidding me, Coach? I mean, he was, 2 or 3 yards outside, it looked like, with that first contact. And then he just stayed up and started churning. And then again, his team got behind him, and they just moved the scrum forward. There is a flag down.
Yeah, there is a flag, so they're going to look at it. But what a great run.
Lamaje
McDowell.
I told you. Play. Touchdown. Did not have a flag on the play. Touchdown.
I told you, Clifford don't know what the hell going on.
Touchdown will stand. And the Panthers did what you were talking about there. They answered a scoring drive by the Rattlers, and the Panthers answered.
And again, kind of the wildcat effort. And look, when he was spinning right there was a guy on the ground.
Well, you gotta get
gone down, but he just stayed up. And I mean, great job getting into the end zone.
Well, they went to the direct snap, and he made it work. Great job. So that will bring on Guillermo Garcia Rodriguez to try to attempt the extra point. Snaps a little high, but he got it down. Good job by Villa Gomez. And the kick is good. That was Hasso actually on the hole. Did a great job there. And the Panthers put 7 points on the board. They now move out in front 24-12. We are early in the fourth quarter.
Fun, memories, friendship. We're here for all of them.
Hey, I have no idea what happened to Richardson, but I know he has not played this game. You know how these folks is. They'll never tell you about the injury report. And until the game come on, then have everybody scratching their head. What happened? What's going on? But Prairie View definitely needed that score. That's an upset because Prairie View has a 5-game losing streak against FAMU. The overall record is 7 wins for FAM and 3 losses for FAM. 7 wins for FAM and versus 3 losses, and 5 in a row they beat Prairie View. So Alabama State still Pine Bluff. It's time to go home. 49-17 is a wrap. Alabama State has the ball, but they up by 5. 1st and 10 at Grambling's 47. Bethune-Cookman still 10-7. 14-30. Jackson is beating Valley. 35-14 Texas Southern. Alcorn has the ball again. 1st and 10 at Texas Southern 42. So if Alcorn scores right now, it's a wrap. And now it's all on the on Southern. Southern has tied the game up. Just as I talked, 3 minutes left. The score is 10-10. With 3:10 left, Southern scored a field goal. Wow. This is something serious, man. It does.
SWAC football on ESPN is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get the gear in here to have fun out there. Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the SWAC. Home Depot, powered by purpose to champion HBCUs. And Nike, official sponsor of the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
You know, NASA's not that far away, Butch.
Not at
And
all.
the moon looks a lot closer than I remember it.
That last scoring drive, 6 plays, 63 yards, and it took them 3 minutes and 17 seconds before Lamage McDowell ran 2 yards for that touchdown to increase the Panthers' lead to 24-12.
I saw that moon shot. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm getting a little nervous. That's awfully close.
Well, if you see a man in the moon, then I'm getting worried, but otherwise we're good.
All right, we're good. Great day for football. We've got a great game here. I mean, there's still, plenty of time, 13-22 in the fourth quarter. The Rattlers offense has started to find their rhythm. And again, I thought the Panthers' answer right there with touchdown was huge. But there'll be no quit in the Rattlers. I can tell you that right now. And they're going to come storming back. And again, they're doing it behind a backup quarterback who's been thrust into the role. And I think he's done a really good job, actually, for being thrust in there. He's just got to keep the mistakes down to a minimum. And you watch, they're going to go up top a few times.
And back to the Panthers for a second after that drive, they're doing better in this game than their season average. They're averaging 208 yards passing per game. That's 5th in the SWAC. They're also averaging 111 yards on the ground. That is 10th in the SWAC. Well, I think they're working on both those numbers today as the fair catch was made on the kickoff right there for the possible return. Fair catch made by Robert Lockhart.
Was fair catch.
And they will go back on offense, and we'll see if Junior Moratovic can do what you were talking about. And just kind of stay consistent and keep it going.
Well, I think they're going to take some shots here. I mean, I really do. And I think they're going to, they're going to look for their big-time players and try to gas it. You better believe they're going to go up top to gas it at least once.
One of the things I like about their head coach, James Cozy, he said, he was a Bill Walsh internship guy. So he worked with the Kansas City Chiefs when Todd Haley was the head coach and Romeo Purnell was the defensive coordinator. He said there's a great quote from Romeo that he lives by. And is you can't depend on undependable people. You think about that.
True.
And he tells that to his team all the time. So Moratovic in trouble, pulls it down, has to run, slides. He did hit the ground before he lost the football. But think about that quote by Romeo. I mean, and how telling it is for football, because you depend on each other all the time.
100%. And it's not just a great phrase when you say all 11 has to do their job, right? At the end of the day, you really do. I mean, you have to depend on someone else doing their job to do your own, because when you start trying to do more than your own job, you create holes and gaps, and that's when bad things happen.
If y'all can, please just hit the like button.
With an empty backfield as he put Lockhart in motion. Fires underneath, and a great defensive play right there. Wow, nothing happening right before us. Just a second, you thought they may have something going on, but Lawrence is pulled down.
Adrian Lacey looked like he was in one of them calf ties in the rodeo. The way he brought him down, and I bet you he'd be a good rodeo guy up what is it, calf tie? What is it?
Hey, we'll put him down for 3 seconds on that one, man. That was pretty good time there. So that's going to bring up a big third down now. 3rd and 7 to keep this drive going for the Rattlers. And Moratovic, who's played all of the second half, came in midway through the second quarter for the injured Daniel Richardson. He's looking to throw it again. He needs 7 for first down. Going deep, has a man down there, and they just can't connect. He was trying to hit Lee, Quan Lee, who actually had a step, but that throw just a little bit too strong.
Yeah, and again, it's just too far in the chains when if the Rattler fans are like, why don't they go for it? You still have time in this game. You got to trust that defense. Other than that last drive, the Rattlers defense has done a really good job on the Panthers. You got to punt, hope to pin them back a little bit and have your defense get a good 3 and out and get the ball back.
Yeah, and it's just the timing, it's just the tad off that you see with knowing that it's the backup quarterback.
100%.
So Gunnar Trout will come on to kick the football away. Oh, this one goes off the side of his foot. It's heading to the out-of-bounds line, and we'll see where they put that one. It's going to be great field position coming up for the Panthers after they just scored a touchdown on their last possession. They will have it 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line.
It's really funny on that Panthers sidelines. I think you had 50 referees trying to point out to the referees where that ball went out of bounds.
It's tough to see sometimes over there.
Oh, well, it was tough to see through all the purple. The ref was trying to mark the ball, and everyone was like, no, it's here. Keep going up. So, yeah, you're right. The punt wasn't quite what they were looking for, and now the Panthers will get the ball in good field position. And, again, it's important for them to get drives and again, close out. Can they close out, and can the Rattlers get a turnover?
You know, last week the Panthers knocked off Mississippi Valley State 17-16 in kind of a surprise score because a lot of people thought they were going to win by more than that. They go back to the running game right there. But when we talked to Coach McDowell about it this week, you know, you kind of have to take the whole situation into consideration. And it's kind of a haul. You know, they drove 9 hours to Itabena, Mississippi. And he just felt like his team was kind of out of sync.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not travel where they have luxury lines. Again. For sure, right?
Well, he got there and he said it just took us a while to kind of get it going. And here you see they put a man in motion. Johnson's going to pass it. Now he pulls it down. He has some room. Comes around the outside.
Good run.
Great block by Jace Medlock to get him around the outside there. And a nice decision there by Jaden Johnson.
Yeah, I like that play because it's misdirection on misdirection, right? You start the guys in motion going one way, and right when he goes one way, he comes right back again. And again, you're right. Great block there. He sealed the end. And again, Johnson had a nice run to the sidelines, getting good yardage. He was able to get out, so taking a big shot.
Yeah, Medlock, you know, sometimes you see guys in that situation when they're trying to steal the corner and they'll get called for holding.
Alcorn scored again. That's
he did a good job of just keeping the guy on the inside of him and avoiding the penalty there, and allows his quarterback to pick up the first down. So Jaden Johnson goes back to the running attack and a big hole for McDowell as he churns it up. Check that. I think it's number 20, Chase Bingman, who slipped into the backfield.
And Bingman's had quite the day. Before that run, he had 40 yards. That was about a 20-yard run?
24-23.
15-yard maybe run.
6:19 left.
He does a little shoot move again. Gets himself another 3 to 4 yards. He's your leading rusher right now with 53 yards, 5 carries.
That Monroe stuff.
Yeah, 15 on that last carry by Chase Bingman. Who's really, you're right, Jorge. He's played an excellent game today. Ratliff in motion. And they go back to Bingman, who tries to turn the corner, but he can't. The Rattlers are right there to make a big stop.
Yeah, there was a seam-off tackle off to the right there, and it was a nice little angle, but the Rattlers did a great job of their linebackers scraping and just plugging that hole. And right when he thought there was daylight, 2 linebackers, or a linebacker and a safety actually came and plugged that hole.
We have 9:22 to go here in the ball game, so this could be a very crucial drive for the Panthers. If they could put some points on the board here in a 24-12 game, they could do themselves a really big favor. So we'll pick it up 2nd down now. Prairie View with the football. They put Bingman in motion. Going to throw it back to him. He has it. Has some room over there in the open field, but a great open field tackle there by the Rattlers.
Yeah, and what I like about what the Rattlers did, right, you got receivers blocking, and again, you got a guy as shifty as Bingman getting the ball out there. They maintained their lanes. They didn't let the outside kick open for them to squeeze on the outside, and then they had 3 players coming in to help. And again, I think that sometimes everyone tries to make these superstar plays, and what they did with their receivers, they held their receivers in check, gave him no lanes, and forced him to turn back in.
It's a crucial third
where
down.
Teammates were coming to help out.
You get this
So
first
Bingman
down,
heads to the
you
sideline.
take about another 4 minutes off
Lamar
that
McDowell
clock.
comes back in. He goes in motion. They're going to give him, he was open. They come back
Screen.
to the screen the other way. He hits his big tight
Oh!
end, still on his feet. A nice run right there by
Stay in bounds,
Chase
young man.
Metlock. Nice little move there as he shook the tackler off for him and turned it upfield and turned in a really nice game.
I think the Panthers must have been working on some dance moves this week because we have seen some shake. And I honestly, when I saw Medlock do that, I was like, that they've been working on something. We have to talk to Coach Bubba McDowell about what they were working on this week, because that was a big man like that doing that little move, and he had 2 shakes there, and it didn't he got him another 7-8 yards with that move.
So the first down by Jace Medlock, the 6'2", 230-pounder transfer from Alabama State with a big play. And here comes McDowell. Oh, McDowell runs over a would-be tackler. How about that one by Lamaje McDowell? Put his head down, and you talk about hit the truck
Getting
stick.
the weight room, young
Straight
fella.
out of Madden right there.
Oh, my word. Well, you know it's a great, incredible physical run when the entire stadium goes, oh, right? I mean, that's exactly what you heard all around here was a big O. And again, he was trying to truck 2, right? Here we go. Truck 1, boom. Truck 2, boom. Oh, no, I'm going to stand you up. I ain't going down like that.
Okay, just explanation. Thank you,
Kendall
JSU
Bowler
Titans.
finally spun him down to the ground. But
Game in
now
the
the
first
Panthers
quarter.
are looking
Thanks,
at
bro.
a first and
Oh,
goal
ma'am,
to go.
I don't
The
know.
football resting right around the 5, inside
Oh,
the
yeah.
5
Oh,
at about the 4.
Patty, that's that voodoo. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Up that way. Oh, yeah.
They go to McDowell, and this time McDowell may have picked up a yard inside.
Oh, yeah.
Before their white shirts arrive.
You go to Grambling, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I tell you, I'll give it to Kendall Bowler, number 3, for the Rattlers. He stood in there after watching one of his counterparts get trucked. He stood right in there and again, wasn't going down and got the big stop, because that easily, if he didn't stand the way he did, that was 6 points.
Milk that clock, baby.
We're looking at second down with the football resting on the 4-yard line for the Panthers from Prairie View. And they've done a really good job here in the fourth quarter at
I
running
only snapped that
clock,
ball until it
the
had
clock
3
going,
seconds left.
chewing up some of that time. So they go back to McDowell. McDowell's in for the touchdown. Great hole by the offensive line, and McDowell was through it in a flash, and he's in for the touchdown.
Man, that right guard and right tackle did a great job of creating the crease. And again, McDowell was prepared. You could tell to almost like, run like a ram. And right then he kind of looked his head up and goes, oh, I just sidestepped this. Watch him. He's like, I'm going to go look. Oh, wait a minute. I just stepped to the right. I'm in there. He likes that kind of run. See, right there, he looks like and he's like, oh, there it is, right up to the right side. And again, that's just great angling. Your offensive linemen just step in there, get their head on that side, and just turn the defender, create the big gap.
Great angles on the blocks, and also great vision by McDowell to see that crease and just get through it. So the extra point is up, and it is good. And so behind the running game, the Prairie View A&M Panthers are on the move. That play, the scoring drive right there, 9 plays, 55 yards, and it took them 5 minutes and 50 seconds before that man, Lamaje McDowell, got into the end zone from 4 yards out. 31-12. We'll be back.
You got to feel good for PV. Like I say, lost 5 in a row to them. Now, you basically knocking them out of contention of winning the SWAC East, man. So, hey, salute to them, man. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Grambling is beating Alabama State 24-23. Bethune-Cookman and Southern are still tied. Valley just hanging on up in there. At least they got 14 points. Alcorn is beating the brakes off Texas Southern 42-14. So the SWAC West is wacky as always. I mean, depending on what Southern does, I mean, you just never know. And that's all the scores for the day. I don't think was that Vaughn, the quarterback for Alcorn. It says 13 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. God damn. And then he 13 for 18, 171 with a touchdown. Okay, so little Michael Vick, go ahead on, homie. It is what it is. Mulligan, 16 carries, 175 yards. Man, come on, man. Take that man out the game. Man, don't do Valley like that, man. Damn, he about to get 200, man. And that's about all the stats they got so far. And then the Bethune-Cookman and Southern is in overtime now. Bethune-Cookman and Southern is in overtime.
5:57 to go into this ball game, and we're going to go over that scoring drive again by the Prairie View Panthers. 9 plays, 55 yards. Took them 5 minutes and 50 seconds to pull Lamaje McDowell. Took it in from 4 yards out for his second touchdown of the game. Give the Panthers now what looks to be a commanding lead at 31-12.
Yeah, I mean, that drive was everything they would ask for. And again, time of possession, ending with a touchdown. And you said it during that drive. They kept the clock moving. And again, that's what happens when you have success and everything is happening for you.
Marquez Bell deep to return the kickoff. This one's going to come down at about the 5. And this is going to be Lockhart. And we do have a flag down right after Lockhart went down.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see what that's all about before
Big
the Rattlers can go on offense with the football.
What James Brown say, man, Clifford don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Ref's doing a really good job of just making sure they're taking control of the game.
Holding on the return team, number 29. That foul will be enforced from the end of the run. First down, Florida A&M.
When I say that, I'm just talking about refs jump in when they see, some, whether it's talking or whatever, they just jump in there quick and shut it down, right? They don't allow things to heat up. I think that's just great refereeing. You can tell off to the side they're talking to young men saying, hey, knock it off or whatever, instead of throwing flags. I've seen that a lot today. So just a good job by the referees, making sure that they're in full control of this game.
So Junior Moratovic at quarterback, looking to throw on first down. Fires, has a man. Oh, by himself. It's a completed pass. And now he had one guy to beat, and he couldn't get away. So Gassett did a great job of getting down there, creating some space, and making a big catch for a big first down, and that's going to move the change.
Eric Holm was the defender out there, and I'll say this. While Gassett got loose, he made sure he didn't get loose for the touchdown. He slowed him up, was able to grab him just enough to make sure he got help. So it stopped that play right there. But big play for the Rattlers.
And if you're just joining us and you're looking at the scoreboard, we need to mention Moratovic, as you see right there in the game at quarterback, throws high over the middle. It's going to be incomplete, but the Rattlers are playing without their starting quarterback, Daniel Richardson, who leads the nation in a lot of categories, in the top 25 in the nation in a lot of categories, and their running back, Kelvin Dean. Neither one of those guys have come back. They were both injured in the first half, and Florida A&M has been trying to overcome the injuries.
Yeah, it's been a physical football game, a well-played game by both teams, but again, those big injuries cost the Rattlers for sure.
So Moratovic here, under pressure, steps up, still has the ball, and he's smothered in the pocket. He did a good job hanging in there for a while, but I tell you what, the wave came, and it was a purple wave, and Moratovic goes down underneath that wave.
Yeah, when you lose your helmet, you've got to take a play off.
Well, you got to come out the game now,
little brother.
brother.
Him out and put a backup in there, or just take a timeout. Looks like the backup's coming in, Butch.
Yeah, the pressure came from Jeffert, who got him to step up inside, and that's when that wave got him. So that will bring on Martin in, and I would imagine he's just going to hand the football
off. Yeah, Irv Mulligan putting on the clinic.
It's bad.
Because
you know he wasn't ready for this.
Yeah.
That is Bryson Martin. He's a quarterback, 6'3", 195 pounds, from Clearwater, Florida. Has to be in for at least one play, and he's going to throw it on his one play. And he completes the pass. So how about that? Bryson Martin coming in off the bench, zings one and gets the completion.
Jackson State scored again.
Right there.
No doubt.
44-14.
I'm looking at this, but Fred Stokes Jr., I don't know that I've seen a defensive end yelling commands at everyone more than this guy in this game. He is screaming across the line of scrimmage, screaming at his own players, where he wants people. He's pointing at people. I mean, that is a guy who's leading by just making sure everybody knows what he's getting ready to do.
1 minute and 56 seconds left.
Fourth down.
Grambling has the football.
Rattlers. Mortovic fires, and it's a first down.
He gone.
More. Play ball's knocked out. The Panthers pulled it out, and they made the recovery.
Turkey.
Number 2, Kevin Davis Jr.
Man, you try to be Superman, just go down.
After the ball was pulled out.
Man, it's too close to Thanksgiving to be a jive turkey, brother.
And then had the ball yanked out. Possession lost.
And recovered by Prairie View.
That is. And Goldie Lawrence,
flag.
He was
Flag.
everything
Here we go.
he had, Butch. Trying to get that extra. He's fighting and scraping for more. You can see he is hurting on the way off the field. But watch him here. Good catch, keeps it there, and then he puts the ball away nice. But as he's struggling, that ball comes right out and into the arms of the Panthers.
And that was Traylon James who stripped him. And, yeah, you mentioned it. Sometimes you can do too much. And it looked like Goldie Lawrence was maybe trying to get a little too much. He had the first down at that point. And then, but let's give Traylon James
just throwing fags and picking them up.
That football.
I told you, something wrong with that dude.
The ability of the Panthers, I mean, they were all around him right there for the tackle as well, and they were able to pick up that ball. So.
(31-12), Prairie View A&M out in front. We got 3:44 to go left in this ball game. We'll be back with more in just a minute.
A Chewy order for Cole is on the way.
All right, update on the Grambling game. Now Alabama State has the ball. 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. They trailing by a point with 1 minute and 46 seconds left. So, hey, man, who knows? That hole, bro, that voodoo, I'm telling you. I done walked down there a couple of times and ain't been right since I came up out of there. So I know. Bethune-Cookman and Bethune-Cookman and Southern in overtime, neither team has scored yet. So I don't know what the hell going on over there. That plank road, most likely. I think Jackson State doing too much. They whooping Valley like they stole something. And with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left, Alcorn is too far gone. It's 42-14. So Alcorn will end their 2-game losing streak to Texas Southern, improving them to 4-2 in the SWAC. So they SWAC hopes are alive. SWAC West hopes are alive, I should say. Oh, Grambling has 1st and 10 at the 44. I mean, Alabama State 1st and 10 at Grambling's 44. Y'all gotta excuse me. I told y'all I'll be celebrating Marine Corps birthday and Veterans Day, so I done started hitting that good stuff. But we gonna make it through here. Alabama State, one time for Coach Maynard, 52-17.
We have 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go in this game.
Last 3
The
minutes.
Panthers have the football and the lead at 31-12. And they go back to their running game again, and it's going to be a nice run right there by number 27.
But the game may not be over.
Good big run off tackle. That is
Big
Jamarius
Buzz
Brooks.
tuning up.
And Brooks is now getting into it. And you know what? They've played several running backs today, and they've all done well. When you think about Chase Bingman, who's come in there and done a really good job, Jamarius Brooks, And then we've all seen what Lamage McDowell has done with his work today.
Let me give a little love to Stephen Thomas, number 77, and Jadarian Collard, the left guard there for creating a.
But it was a guy in here last week.
Backs to go through.
He kept saying here Wildcats he was going to beat Southern. I'm like, yeah, nobody believes him.
So he's a baby at 310. They go back to the running game. Again, it's Brooks around the left side, and Brooks does a great job of sliding to stay in bounds to keep that clock rolling.
Just so we're clear, Butch, I'm not going to call him baby. I don't want him to see me as I'm leaving. I'll throw him some food and run.
Yeah, he's still growing. That's all I'm talking about. He's still growing, and he's 310 right now. So Bubba McDowell, I'm sure, is very happy about that fact. So this game, we talked about both these teams. They needed to win today, and they needed some help to stay in the playoff chase.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, as you're going to see the ball being marked back there, for Florida A&M today, it just wasn't in the cards, because when you have that many injuries, it just becomes extremely tough, especially on the road.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to run a play here. They're going to wait for this 2-minute timeout.
Yeah,
it makes no sense, because that's what Brooks did a great job of staying in bounds and letting the clock roll.
Yeah, and that's exactly where we are. The 2-minute timeout hits here in the fourth quarter. We have a 31-12 game. We'll be back with more in just a minute.
But Kendrick, I do agree with you, but the Southern team that played last week compared to the Southern team that played this week, what's going on, man? You got to explain that to me. Man, Alabama State, 3rd and 4 at Grambling's 11-yard line with 56 seconds left. So it look like Alabama State gonna pull this one off with a field goal or possibly a touchdown. Overtime, Bethune-Cookman 10, Southern 17. Damn, Alcorn, you broke that 2-game losing streak just to watch Southern say, damn, James. That's what they saying right now in Lorman. Damn, James. Boy. Jackson State 44, Valley 14. Not too much on Valley, Jackson State. That's the last time I want to tell y'all. Man. Boy. That damn Southern boy. Southern smoke. All right. So Alabama State can win this with a but then again, you got to watch that hole. You you never know. Down there, try to kick a field goal, you've been asleep. Tell you, I went down there messing with a girl in Grambling. This was decades ago. Messing with a girl down there in Grambling, man, and I ain't been right since then. That's back in the 90s, though. Way back then. Look at that. Bethune-Cookman just scored.
Is Lamage McDowell, and you see his numbers, 10 for 43, 2 touchdowns.
Hey, it's Lamac Truck. Maybe we'll call him that, because, wow, I mean, when you talk about trucking someone, he was getting it done. 10 carries, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's a tone setter, attitude. I mean, he cannot inspire the rest of the group to play his physical. And again, they had a lot of good players, but just from an attitude
and damn voodoo, what I tell y'all?
He carried himself in his
23-24. What I tell y'all?
Yeah,
I told y'all. What I tell y'all about that damn hole? I told y'all about that hole.
Valley State, and he did it again today.
That's some voodoo there. Now y'all believe.
And run the clock. Lamage McDowell did a great job.
Y'all, that's some voodoo up there.
Jamarius Brooks is in the
Yes,
backfield.
Grambling pulled it out.
And again, they have 6 rushers for 148
voodoo
yards.
down there in that hole.
That's a
the hole
good
is
group
full
of
of
people.
voodoo.
They have 3 main guys.
Told y'all.
Bingman also 68 yards on 7 carries, and Brooks now 22 yards. So I mean, they spread it out a bit. So I mean, really, you got to look at that offensive line. If 3 different guys can do really well, your offensive line is doing something right. And something I really haven't talked about, Butch, is I think the play calling, right when they finally, in the third quarter, when they caught their win,
wow,
it's like that play calling just clicked, and suddenly you started to get an execution, and then they did a great job of keeping the flow going.
Anthony Wheaton, the offensive coordinator, doing a great job with the plays today.
What?
Of course, he was at
Hattie, you called
February to be the offensive coordinator. Uses a lot of motion.
You were pulling for Grambling. You called it, Hattie.
As we're down to a minute to go in this ball game. And there is a flag down on the field that they're talking about now. But, you know, I know
they're in the second overtime now. Over there in Bethune the Southern.
We can't really take away from the effort from Prairie View A&M.
After the play is over. Unnecessary roughness, offense number 76. 15 penalty. Third down.
So that's unnecessary roughness against the
offense. Struck over there. I know Alabama State's sick right now.
Yeah, I didn't catch exactly how that happened, but I'll tell you who was really ticked was Jaden Johnson, and I'm sure Coach Lovin McDowell is as well. You know, it's like when you're just
Jackson State has to win one out of the last 2 games.
Just run your plays and let the clock time out. You need to keep your head about you, right? I'm not sure what happened. Again, these type of games, you know, you get to the end, guys are ticked off on one side or the other, whatever. You just got to go through your plays. Don't let the words and the verbiage get all around. You just got to close yourself out. I think that's where Jaden Johnson showed some leadership for his team, saying, look, that's not how we're going to do this thing. That's not how we're going to close this thing out. You got 55 seconds left. Let's just take a snap, and let's go to the house with a win.
Panthers with the football. They would love nothing else at this point than
to go goodness.
And close this out really quick and run down the last 42 seconds in this game. By the way, happy birthday to head coach Bubba McDowell of the Prairie View Panthers. What a birthday week for him.
You're right about that.
As they go back to the running game again. But Coach McDowell told us on Monday, he said, yeah, you know, the guys, he said, they forget how old I am. They're all up there banging me on the head. I don't have a helmet on.
Bethune Cookman and Southern is not being screened.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's where you're like, no.
I have no idea why Southern, everybody else was on ESPN Plus. It was like on Jaguar Nation or something like that.
Roll the clock and get this thing through. But Coach Bubba McDowell is
number 51, 15-yard.
Yeah, I'm for real. Yeah, I'd have switched it.
Great man. And again,
that's probably the best game of the week.
We won't worry about that, but I mean, Coach Bubba McDowell, great
and
man.
it wasn't live stream.
Certainly happy birthday to him. And, you know, for his point of view, the best present he just got today was a win over Florida A&M and keeping their conference hopes alive.
Yeah, Coach would take a win on the birthday week,
any
day of the week. I think Monday was his birthday.
It's 23-23, Southern and Bethune Cookman.
For delivering again, the sports information director here at Prairie View A&M University, making everything just perfect for us here in the booth.
She takes care of us all the time, Coach.
And we're counting down, and that is the end of the game. So how about that one? The Prairie View Panthers. Give me your final thoughts on this one, how this one unfolded today.
I'll tell you, I just thought we talked about Prairie View being able to close. They did that. They kept their composure. And Florida A&M, look, they took a big shot. No question about it. You know, their quarterback goes down. Daniel Richardson, certainly one of the best offensive players in the SWAC. That was certainly tough. I thought their battle was incredibly tough. They never gave up in battle. But Prairie A&M found themselves again, they lost it for a little bit in the third quarter, but when they found themselves, they came in, they closed out, and every time we've seen them, Butch, they've seemed to get a little bit stronger and stronger, and that's what you want to do, and now they just got to keep handling their business and try to stay in the race.
Yeah, a big victory and a big victory at home.
Yep.
Impressive victory at home.
Yes, exactly. And again, they'll look to do it again next week because they'll have to do it again, and I believe we'll be back here as well, and we'll see him one more time.
Okay, so for Jorge Vargas, our statistician JB3, and our entire crew who did such a great job today, I'm Butch Alcindor saying so long from Prairie View, where the Panthers rolled today 31-12 over Florida A&M. Of course, all games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
All right, that is something that I don't think anybody expected to see FAMU with not only the injuries but the loss. So, what we got left? Do y'all want to watch the Jackson State massacre of Valley? The massacre of Texas Southern at Alcorn? That's and like I said, the Southern game is not being live streamed. I don't get some of these schools sometimes, man. But they are in the second overtime, and both schools have scored. It's 23-23. I'm trying to see if I can find a radio broadcast. Southern Sport, I don't know.
Second down and 5. McCoy in trouble. McCoy losing yards. McCoy, maybe that's why he's not starting. You can't take a big loss like that. And there's a flag on the play. Here's Mr. McCoy out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, what's wrong with him?
Referee. And player loses a half a century, and they give it back to him on a penalty for a late hit.
The guy that's calling that game, that's Charlie Neal.
Can't have that happen.
He's been calling black college football for 44 years.
Cameron McCoy. They have 3 quarterbacks, basically, that they deal with. We talked about Jacoby Morgan, who started the game. Of course, there's McCoy that's in there now. There's Zion McDonald, also a junior out of Ridgeland, Mississippi, who came in here.
Yeah, it's over with for Texas Southern. They scored, but it's 42-21 with a minute 54 seconds left.
For McCoy. Now we got a bad snap, and he just falls on it.
Oh.
Make sure no other damage is done, as Dante Reed was making sure that no.
Alabama A&M was pretty dominant today.
So a loss of
their quarterback, Mr. Higgins, went 13 for 26, 178 yards and 3 touchdowns.
You see,
the running back.
Yeah, that's the other quarterback we talked about.
24 carries, 145 yards, and
he played
5 touchdowns.
Time last year than this year as they turned the corner, keeping the ball on the ground, and there's a first down gained. A good run that time, and that was Kobe Boykin, freshman out of Orange, California. 24 yards on that carry. So we're seeing a lot of new faces in the lineup. And of course, why not? With 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go, and you're up by 30 points.
Give some of the young brothers a chance to get in the game, get some good experience, be ready if they can help out and throw a lifeline to anybody needing a break. But this is key because, again, a big-time SWAC matchup, letting the young kids play.
McDonald hands off again. Running straight ahead is Boykin. Side Boykin. And they get a little chance to get some TV time, too.
Yeah, right here on HBCU Go. That's how we roll. I can tell you a lot of the brothers on the sideline, they're like, man, we love having you guys at our games. So they were energized to be on our air now for the second time this season.
Mississippi Valley still has 2 more appearances on our air next couple weeks. This is Blunt on the carry.
Charlie, what a difference between halves, man. You could just sense that this team finally hit that gear that they're known for, and they have just totally dominated. Again, really pushing their will on top of the
Southern and
Mississippi Valley State team.
Bethune
Really
in a
showing
fourth
that they
home
can overpower them.
overtime.
I'm sure Alabama State's going to take note
Hell
of what
going
happened
on
the
over
other
there,
day.
man?
Blunt gets the first down, depending on how they mark it, but it looks like he has enough to move the chains for Jackson State.
Well, Charlie, you bring up a great point talking about Alabama State right now, the team who upset them last year at homecoming. T.C. Taylor, you know, they basically said they're on a revenge tour. They already got FAMU that they lost to last year. Check. Bama State next week, and then 2 weeks they've got Alcorn State, which also beat them last year. So they're on a mission right now to get some payback on their way to a SWAC title.
Well, they have to win, continue to win out. There's nothing automatic right now for Jackson State. They have to continue to win out. And there's McDonald putting it up.
Got a chance.
And
touchdown.
Money now. And on the reception.
Not too much on not too much on Valley now.
Senior out of Greenville, Mississippi.
Punch your ass back in this damn building.
Beautiful ball. That's called putting it up in the air and allowing your receiver to run underneath. This is excellent. Watch the pass. McDonald just floats it up there. It is a thing of beauty. Brings it down. More money in the bank. Letting the young kids play, getting them some confidence, and also earning some stripes here in front of a big national audience.
They brought the young lady on to kick the extra point.
There we go.
Here we go.
She's a California lady. We got a chance to talk to her yesterday.
And it's good.
From Ventura, California.
You go ahead on, girl.
The kick is up, and it is good. She said she may get a chance to kick today.
And there it is.
And there she is, and we'll be back. It's 51-14.
That's beautiful.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration.
Well, you know they down bad for that, man.
HBCU.
They put everybody up in there.
Compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify Black excellence.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the details.
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Download now to start your free 7-day trial.
There was a lot happening at this hour.
Free local and national news from across the U.S.
We've got some breaking news to get to, an exclusive out of our Pentagon.
City to city, Local Now has your community covered.
Developing right now. We're getting details. We're on the phone, making calls.
Pick any city with local news and weather.
Tell you what I'm experiencing here on the ground.
All free. No matter the story, we've got you covered.
Still no score. They're in the fifth overtime now. 23-23.
That starts in your city.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Realistic.
Jackson State got
maybe you have a tendency to
Go
spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been,
Yeah,
but you're going to respect
they
this court.
playing
I'm going to throw you out
third and fourth
real
string
quick.
at Jackson
Mathis
State.
Court
They're doing
is
Pope Valley
in
like
session.
this. It's all right.
Check your local listings for times and channel.
Welcome back to Jackson, Mississippi, where the score is 51-14. Kicking that field goal was Leilani Armenta, the first female to ever score in an FCS HBC game. Leilani joined this roster back in 2021, and she's been showing the power of inclusion in sport.
Wait on, sister girl.
TC early on in this season, and he mentioned that she's a little sis on this roster. The players protect her, and she's one of them. Listen, they don't take it easy on her either in practice, but so encouraging for young girls as a former athlete myself.
Valley like
so
that.
awesome to
That's
see
all
her out
right.
there.
Yeah, we got a chance to spend some time with her yesterday at practice, and she was just excited about the opportunity to, and she kicked last year.
Yeah. and her teammates were
Wow.
around her. They all
The
just had
fifth
that bond. It was
overtime,
really nice to see.
Southern
So glad to see
25,
her come out and make some history
Bethune
today.
23.
That is magical.
Let's talk about the STEM athletes. Leilani in the house.
How many rushing yards
Still
in this
remember
third
this day.
half?
All right, athletes in STEM. Demadre Gassaway from Mississippi Valley. Engineering technology freshman from Dallas, Texas. And Ethan
Irv finished with 187 yards.
Of 3.89.
I thought he would get 175 and then pull him. 187.
Arkansas. That's
So,
science, technology, engineering,
he's
and math.
gonna get 1,000
Congratulations to those young men. We look forward to seeing these HBCU athletes excel in their studies in STEM.
Love it.
So you talk about all these scenarios taking place with under 4
Southern
minutes to
came
go.
back and won.
Again, we know Jackson State, 2 games left. All they have to do is keep their feet on the gas pedal. They're in. Now, Alabama State's trying to keep pace with them. Of course, what they have to do, they're hoping Mississippi Valley could win today. Well, that's not happening. And they beat Jackson State next week in Montgomery. And
yeah, if you didn't hear, Southern ends up winning on a safety, 25-23. Oh man. Bethune-Cookman held Wildcats my ass. Grambling 24-23. So the voodoo was working in Baton Rouge, and everybody know the hole has voodoo. And it definitely worked in up there in Grambling. Pine Bluff, yeah. That was embarrassing. You let Coach Maynard put up 52 on you. FAMU, they 3-2 in the SWAC now, 5-4 overall. Prairie View moves up to 3-3 in the SWAC. But Alcorn is 4-2 in the SWAC, and then Southern is 5-1 in the SWAC. Now I know that Jackson State only has to win one of their next 2 games, and they're the champs. But the West, can anybody break down the West? Even though Southern is 5-1 and Alcorn is at 4-2. I know all Southern has the tiebreaker, but what does Southern need to do to clinch the West? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Oh, Southern clinched today? How did they clinch and Alcorn won? And I mean, I'm asking. I don't know. I'm just asking. Like I said, that stuff in the West is so confusing. All they had to do was win. Nobody had to lose. Like Alcorn didn't have to lose. Grambling didn't have to. Well, I know. Well, Grambling was out the picture. They only had one SWAC win. Oh, well, and I had no idea. Well, the Southern the SWAC West champs. Oof. Boy. Oh, boy. Oh, my bad. I turned it down so y'all can hear me talk. Let me turn it back up.
This
oh, shit. That's a commercial.
From me to you.
I am genius.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. We bring heirloom corn products from Mexico to every kitchen. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. With no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to meet my business needs. And I reinvest my 2% cash back to help grow our business with new products, like our tabletop masa mill. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing masa to the masses.
It says Southern University can clinch the SWAC West tighter by defeating Bethune-Cookman and with the Alcorn and Arkansas Pine Bluff losing their game. Pine Bluff lost, but Alcorn didn't.
My apologies to the rest of the leaves.
Okay, trainees, let's work on our fast and friendly claim service.
Eyes on the phone now.
Look alive, Drew.
Your repairs have been scheduled. Nice.
Yes, you'll get a rental car on site.
Heads up. Oh, I'm gonna turn this down to an 8. My bad.
We can do this all day. Geico claim service is 24/7. Nice catch.
Your claim has been approved.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Welcome to another episode of Amir's Fit Checks.
Hey, Southern.
All right, now we talking. Yeah.
So Southern,
This is how we HBC.
did y'all clinch on what I put up there?
Now
That's
let's
what
look at our player of the game presented by
Luke
Verizon.
was saying.
It's that young man, Irv Mulligan, 187 yards, 18 attempts, a touchdown on a 1-yard run that gave Jackson State its first lead of the day, 16-14 in the second quarter. They haven't looked back since.
I like it, man. Over 10 yards per carry. And Charlie, I'm a big fan of a man who's a man of his word. He told you yesterday over 100 yards. He told you yesterday no fumbles. We see him there right now celebrating, getting it done, and really, really showing that workhorse is tough to stop.
2nd and 9.
Man, y'all better go get y'all a Stamps burger and take y'all ass to bed.
This is Caden Betts carrying for Mississippi Valley. Let's go down to Laurencia.
Thanks, guys. You know, the motto this season for the Tigers is guard the yard, and they're doing just that. Now, we're getting a good look at Coach T.C. Taylor's beautiful wife, Dawn Taylor, and she actually created the motto, guard the yard. Now, you can find this
Where it all look,
in their locker
Beyonce?
room, on the back of their warm-up shirts, everywhere on campus. It's what drives this team, and they're doing that today. They're guarding home turf.
Look at that.
Yeah,
The 4 Hall of Famers.
With the
I
coaches
seen
wearing
it.
the shirts, guard the yard. Did you get your hat?
I am not. I got to get a GSU hat while I'm here. I've been picking them up at every campus. I ordered one online. TC Taylor told
KC,
me where he orders them.
so
I made sure to get one ordered online.
still have
but,
not clinched, right?
Hopefully it will come soon. But I love the fact that we featured TC's wife, Dawn Taylor. You know, he's a man of my heart because I feel the same way. These women, they run the house. He knows who the boss is. So she comes up with an idea. You put it on all the T-shirts. You thank her. You smile. And you tell her, you are my queen forever.
When did she put the game plan together?
She probably has something to say when he gets home. She's right there right now planning for next week.
Yes, she
Getting her
is.
game plan.
She certainly is. Down in Montgomery, Alabama, here's another punt by Mississippi Valley. And this one will go out of bounds.
No, it's still loose right there, man.
And now,
did someone touch it?
Well,
Valley got that ball. That's what I'm talking about.
hit one of the players in the back. And it may be Mississippi Valley's ball.
It looks like it is, Charlie.
It bounced and hit one of the Jackson State players. That's why they were scrambling for it. You know, you got to get out of the way, right?
You have
gotta
to
know
be
where the ball
aware,
is.
yes.
And
Field awareness, and he wasn't paying attention. He felt something tap him right there, and he panicked.
Yes, he didn't know where it was.
That is a tough one because
That's a giant turkey, boy. You ain't never getting on the field again.
Ball. He was watching the guy he thought he was going to block.
Just think if this was a 3-point ball game, 4-point ball game.
Ooh, I would
think
not want to be that young man.
Especially with the ball at first and goal at the 8-yard line.
And I can tell you this.
Valley might be able to cover the spread. Valley was a 36-point
coach is going to be down there chewing him out. Those are those mistakes, Charlie, like you point out in a big game that can cost you a victory.
Damn, Valley.
Of course, next week, John and I and Laurencia will be in
okay.
Virginia for the
So right now,
CAA championship.
Valley
should be a good one.
is actually winning
Virginia Union
by the spread.
and Virginia State, I believe, because Johnson C. Smith lost today. It'll be a rematch of what happened earlier today.
That's right. So they will be back on the field next week. And Charlotte, we got a chance to watch Virginia Union last
Oh, there he
year.
is.
They've got
HBCU
a
band
team
talk.
that knows how to play. They will get a rematch today.
Man,
They lost that game
y'all almost
to
pulled it off.
Virginia State. So it'll be a big one, man. We've got a nice one teed up for us. And I can tell you, the CI double championship on AA championship on the line.
Okay, right.
It will
If they
be a
win
big
next
one.
week
You
and
don't
all
want to miss
four
it.
wins,
Tune
they
in
still
and
clinch.
see the action unfold.
So all they got to do is
HBCU
win next
go.
week, regardless if
Virginia
all four
State
win or not.
Formerly coached in the SWAC at Prairie View, Henry Frazier. He coached, played at Bowie
Hey,
State. Remember
HBCU
him when he
fan
was
talk.
playing?
Y'all took them to 5
He coached
overtime.
at North Carolina Central, and he has his team in the SWAC champ. I mean, the CIAA
That's wild, man.
championship. And that should be a good one in Salem, Virginia. Two Virginia schools going at it once again for the second week in a row.
That's right.
Last year, it was a big matchup between those two. It was Fayetteville State and Virginia Union. This year,
Jackson State. Okay.
Always games.
Come on, Valley.
You and I will have a chance to see the CIAA.
If Valley scores, they win on the point spread. If they kick a field goal,
will be in the house.
they win by the point spread. Right now,
I'm a huge
with the
fan.
point
She's
spread,
really done
Valley
so many great
is
things
trailing
with
50
that
to
conference.
51.
The CIAA happy to have Jackie McWilliams wearing their jersey.
Third and goal now for Kendrick Wade's team. They're going to go
Okay, so
10.
next week,
They only won one
Southern
game a
wins
year ago.
against Pine Bluff.
So
They actually they will finish the SWAC West. All is an all-point win because
still have to play.
it's not enough games left for them to catch
That
up.
game will be in Tallahassee.
I got you, bro.
And
All
then
right,
they'll close
appreciate
out the
that.
season. It ended up being
Yeah, that SWAC West something serious.
Alabama A&M is at their ups and downs this year. They've struggled a little bit. Pass incomplete.
Come on, Valley, get a field goal. You win on the point spread.
Receiver there.
Come on.
Kamarius Johnson. It'll be 4th and goal.
No, kick a field goal.
Clock down to 7 seconds. Should be the last play of the ball game unless it's incomplete. And it stops the clock with 2 seconds to go.
Yeah, you look at what Jackson State has to accomplish the rest of this season. Go ahead and win out. Today, one of those days where you kind of forget about that first half. You look at the film, analyze it, and reset, but build on what they did in the second half, playing the GSU football, just like TC Taylor wanted.
And sometimes there's an
Oh, damn.
What a way to end it.
Well, that's how you finish strong, right? Seal the deal.
And you look at the fact that
Should have kicked the
sometimes
field goal.
teams like Jackson State, who's played so
That
much,
man, Irv.
coming in with a 5-game winning streak, have a tendency to overlook an 0-9 team. It's human nature.
It is human nature. And you give credit to TC Taylor.
They lost by 1 point on the point spread. Damn, Valley. And they was 36-point
He knows what
underdog.
they have on the line. He used to be a premier athlete in this conference. He knows you cannot let up. It doesn't matter if you're playing 0-9 or 9-0. They're coming for you. And he said that Jackson State is the team that everybody puts a target on right now. A lot to build on. But TC Taylor, big credit to him for taking the torch. Tough act to follow on Deion Sanders, but TC Taylor and his team, Irv Mulligan and these superstars, fun to watch.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to join us next week. CIAA Championship, Salem, Virginia. For Laurentia Moten, John Kelly, Charlie Neal, saying so long. You've been watching college football on HBCU Go. We'll see you next week. Final here, 51-14, Jackson State over Mississippi Valley.
Well, all right, that was fun. This is the SWAC scores and a few little stats from today. Monday I have highlights, break down some games, but this is what we got so far. As you can see, this is a scoreboard. This is the early, as you can see, Southern 25, Bethune 23. 5 overtimes. I still don't know why they didn't, what's the name, but hey, it's none of my concern. Poor Deer Valley. It's all right. Tell them, Valley, you'll get them next year. Now the stats from right now. Williams from Valley, the quarterback, he was 12 for 30, 128 yards and 1 touchdown. The running back, Irv Mulligan, as you've seen, 18 carries, 187 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, Rembrandt, 6 receptions, 83 yards. Alabama A&M, they put on a clinic down there in Pine Bluff. So I don't know if Pine Bluff going to throw in a towel and give it to Southern next week, but it's kind of trending that way because if you let Alabama A&M do that to you. But Alabama A&M does have one of the top scoring offenses in the SWAC. Higgins, 13 for 28, 173 touchdown. Mr. Eaglin, 24 carries, 145 yards, 5 touchdowns. Now, the wide receiver was from UAPB, 6 receptions, 87 yards, the leading wide receiver and 1 touchdown. Alabama State, Grambling. Key, the quarterback for Alabama State, 16 for 28, 280 yards. The running back was from Grambling, Elder. Was at 17 carries, 104 yards, and a touchdown. And the Alabama State wide receiver had, what's that, 1 reception, 75 yards? How the hell you ain't scored 1 reception, 75 yards? They must have caught you. But anyway, the voodoo play did some whole things. The game we watched, FAMU quarterback and I guess that was a running back, both went out hurt. And PV needed this victory, though. I mean, it's pretty much Southern does control his own destiny now, but they needed this victory because, like I said, they was on a 5-game losing streak to FAMU. And FAMU literally embarrassed them twice last year. So this is a little bit payback for them. Texas Southern and Alcorn. There's another payback game. So we had payback in the SWAC. Payback and a bunch of voodoo. How about that? Alcorn, they ended their 2-game losing streak to Texas Southern with a commanding victory. Putting up 14 points in the 3rd and the 4th quarter. That's pretty big for them. And Vaughn had a pretty good game running and throwing. He had some Michael Vick in him. Had 1 touchdown through the air and 2 through running, and had 18 carries, 130 yards, and 13-18, 171 in the touchdown. Good for that young man. Get his confidence built. So that's the SWAC scores that we have. Now let's see if they updated in this standing. You know, SWAC.org now, man. They be on one. They be on that stuff I be drinking. So that bullshit. But that's what we have so far. Now I know Jackson State, and now they broke it down for Southern. So next week, the SWAC can be decided. If Jackson State beats Alabama State, the SWAC East is decided. If Southern beats UAPB, the SWAC West is decided. Then you're gonna have a rematch from Jackson State and Southern. And when Jackson State has a 5-game winning streak against Southern, also Jackson State defeated Southern 33-15 earlier this year. So, hey, it's gonna be hell to pay, man. So next week we can have what is it? We on verdict watch next week. It's a verdict coming down. Now they haven't updated anything in the SWAC. It's still saying Jackson State 5-0. No, it is updated. Yeah, it's updated. It's FAM. Yeah. So hold on, let me show you. This is they're getting better. They are updating stuff. This is the East right now. Like I said, Jackson State win next week. They clinch. They got to go to Alabama State in Montgomery. I will be live streaming that game. So I know Jackson State, y'all have 1,000 people live streaming y'all games, but I will be live streaming next week of the Jackson State Alabama State game. FAMU suffered a horrible loss today, but hey, payback. Alabama A&M, hey, look, y'all looking better, Bethune and Alabama A&M. Y'all, 2 victories. Now, next week, Southern beats UAPB, they clinch. Alcorn, you get a participation trophy. You get to come sit with me and Valley on the couch and get to watch the SWAC championship game. And so, but Prairie View did a great job. I know they happy, man. Grambling. Oof. I still can't believe Grambling won. But hey, they won. So Jackson State pretty much when all they have to do is beat Alabama State or Alcorn. But I know they can actually win out. Jackson State would have to lose 2 games, and I don't see that happening. So, but that's what we got so far. See if they updated any stats. I don't know if they updated any stats. That's overall scoring. Jackson State bumped theirs up just a little bit. They're up at 36 points now. And Alabama State still the number. So next week we're gonna have the number 1 offense in the SWAC versus the number 1 defense. I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now, but you're gonna have the number 1 offense and the number 1 defense. Jackson State offense versus Alabama State defense. But Alabama State, Grambling had been playing like Grambling out of the hole. Now you went to the hole and you got that voodoo on you. So definitely tune in next week. And I'm pretty sure tonight, because all the games was earlier, a lot of these other people will be on there, this and that. Now me, I'm telling y'all now, it's Marine Corps birthday tomorrow, so I'm about to, what we used to say when I was a young private, I'm about to shit, shower, and shave, and I'm about to hit them streets. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I will see y'all Monday with them highlights for Veterans Day. And if you have a veteran in your family, make sure you treat him right this weekend or her right this weekend. Take them out, buy them a little dinner, give them something to drink. Because I'm about to go get it now. Like that little dude in Louisiana say, call me little get it, get it, get it. Y'all have a good night. Hell, Wildcats.